There once lived a man named Arvind. Not rich, not powerful, not famous, but he had something rare. He was honest, not just ordinary honest. Not the kind that people praise in speeches but ignore in real life. He was dangerously honest, the kind of man who would tell the truth even when silence would save him. The kind of man who believed truth always wins, and for most of his life, that belief seemed right. Arvind worked in a large company, a respected firm, glass buildings, formal suits, smiling faces, and behind those smiles, politics, manipulation, hidden agendas. But Arvind didn't see that world, or maybe he refused to, because he believed honesty was enough. One day, something happened. Something small, so small no one else even cared. A senior manager made a mistake in a financial report, a big one. A number was wrongly entered. If unnoticed, it could cost the company a huge loss. Arvind saw it. He double-checked, triple-checked, and then, without hesitation, he walked straight to the manager. "Sir," he said politely, "I think there's an error in this report." The manager looked at him, smiled, took the file, checked it, and his smile slowly disappeared. The mistake was real and serious. For a moment, silence filled the room. Then the manager said, "Thank you, Arvind. You saved us." Arvind felt proud. That night, he slept peacefully. He believed, "I did the right thing." But something had already changed. Something he didn't notice. The manager no longer saw him as a helper. He saw him as a risk. Days passed. Everything seemed normal until one meeting. A big meeting. Top executives were present. Important clients. The same manager presented the corrected report. Everything was perfect. Numbers aligned. Profits looked stable. The room was impressed. And then Arvind spoke. "Sir, just one clarification," he said. The room turned. The manager froze. "This report was originally different. There was a major correction made. I think it's important to mention it for transparency." Silence. Heavy silence. You could feel the air tighten. The manager's face stiffened. The clients exchanged glances. The executives leaned forward. "What do you mean?" someone asked. And Arvind explained everything, calmly, clearly, honestly. That moment changed his life. After the meeting, the manager called him, closed the door, and for the first time, there was no smile. "Do you think you're a hero?" the manager asked quietly. Arvind was confused. "I was just being honest, sir." The manager leaned closer. Honesty is not always smart. That sentence didn't make sense to Arvind, not yet. Weeks passed, and slowly things began to shift. Arvind stopped getting important tasks. His ideas were ignored. People avoided him in discussions. Conversations stopped when he entered the room. He didn't understand. He hadn't lied. He hadn't cheated. He hadn't harmed anyone. But he had done something worse. He had exposed the truth in a world that survives on controlled lies. One day, his friend Ravi pulled him aside. "You need to be careful," Ravi whispered. "Why?" Arvind asked. "Because you're making people uncomfortable." "I'm just telling the truth," Ravi sighed. "That's the problem." Arvind laughed. He thought Ravi was joking, but Ravi wasn't. Months later, a new project came. Big opportunity. Promotion-level responsibility. Arvind worked day and night. Gave his best. No shortcuts, no manipulation. Just pure, honest work. The final presentation day arrived. He was confident, prepared, ready. But when the results came, he was rejected. The project was given to someone else. Someone less capable, someone less experienced. Arvind couldn't believe it. He went to HR, asked for feedback. The answer was simple. "You're technically strong," they said, "but you lack strategic awareness." "Strategic awareness?" he repeated. "Yes, you don't understand how to handle sensitive situations." That night, for the first time in his life, Arvind questioned honesty. Is truth really enough? Days turned into weeks, and slowly, something inside him started to break. He began observing people carefully, silently. He noticed something strange. The people who were growing weren't the most honest ones. They were smart, careful, calculated. They didn't lie openly. No, they did something far more powerful. They controlled the truth. They revealed just enough, hid just enough, and most importantly, they knew when to speak and when to stay silent. Arvind started learning, not from books, but from reality. Then one day, everything changed again. A major crisis hit the company, huge financial risk, panic everywhere. The same manager made another mistake, even bigger this time, and once again, Arvind saw it. He sat at his desk, staring at the numbers. His heart was racing. This time, he didn't move. His mind whispered, "Tell the truth." But something else whispered louder, and then what? He remembered everything. The meeting, the silence, the punishment, the rejection. And for the first time, Arvind did something different. He didn't go to the manager. Instead, he waited. The mistake grew. The situation worsened. Pressure increased. Then, at the perfect moment, Arvind stepped in. Not as a whistleblower, but as a savior. In a high-level meeting, when chaos was at its peak, he calmly presented a solution that fixed everything. The room was stunned. "How did you figure this out?" someone asked. Arvind smiled slightly. "I observed the situation closely." He didn't mention the mistake. He didn't expose anyone. He didn't reveal everything. He only showed what was needed. And this time, the reaction was different. He was praised, appreciated, promoted. The same manager who once saw him as a threat now saw him as an asset. That night, Arvind sat alone, thinking. He hadn't lied, but he hadn't been fully honest either. And strangely, this time he was rewarded. That's when he understood something dangerous. In this world, truth is not enough. Timing matters, delivery matters, and sometimes silence matters more than honesty. Years passed. Arvind became successful, respected, powerful, but deep inside, a question remained. Did I grow or did I change? Because the truth is, there are two kinds of honesty. The first one is pure, innocent, fearless. It tells the truth, no matter the cost. But the world doesn't always reward that. The second kind is intelligent. It understands people, power, consequences. It doesn't lie, but it doesn't expose everything either. It chooses carefully, and that choice can decide your life. So, what is the lesson? Should you stop being honest? No, but should you be too honest? Think again, because blind honesty can make you vulnerable. It can turn you into a target. And in a world where not everyone plays fair, being completely transparent can sometimes destroy you. But there's another side. If you become too clever, too calculated, too controlled, you may win the world, but lose yourself. So the real question is not, should I be honest? The real question is, when, where, and how much. Because life is not a simple story of truth versus lies. It's a balance, a dangerous balance. And those who understand it survive. Those who don't become lessons. So remember this, don't lie, but don't reveal everything either. Don't deceive, but don't be naive. Because in the real world, people don't just respect honesty, they respect control. And sometimes, the difference between success and failure is not truth or lies. It's how wisely you use them. And that is the truth no one tells you.